Welcome to the Black Box Live, where we strip everything back and dive into the music and stories behind the artists. Tonight, we bring you Blackwater Lightship, a Sheffield-based duo with a sound shaped by folk, alternative rock, and a shared love of music that runs deep. Hello, boys.
Hello, Rachel.
Hi.
What started as a casual jam between two friends on a stag do has grown into something special. Expect intricate harmonies, stripped-back arrangements, and a raw, honest approach to songwriting as we unearth their music and their journey. With a debut EP on the way, Blackwater Lightship are just getting started. Let's get into it.
Too long now have I been wasted. My buzzing blood was too well fated. How did they stand them? How did they stand the test of time? And I was falling into walls again, and I was smashing them to pieces. How could they stand how could they stand the test of time? How could they stand how could they stand the test of time? I think you had it all. I think you had it all. I think you had it all. And now I'm back on top again. How did I crawl from all this pain? I can't complain when even movies fake the rain. Whoa, 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 over and out, I really was. Over and out, I nearly was. Over and out, out of the game. Whoa, 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 over and out, I really was. Over and out, I nearly was. Over and out of the game. Lovely jubbly. Right, quick swapperoonie, the old guitars. Bit of a thing going on here. Strange kind of movements. Let's get rid of that. Drain up to the side.
Drain from to the side.
Like a dream you have from waking, it stays in your mind. Like the day you know you would have had, that's been left behind. You awake from the other side, there's other people and their days, and everybody else around you saying you should change your ways. Like the dream from the other side, 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 like the dream from the other side. The other side. Like the day you know you could have had, has been left behind. Like the dream you know you should have had, that's still in your mind. You awake from the other side, there's other people and their days, and everybody else around you saying you should change your ways. Like the dream from the other side, 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 the other side.
That was Blackwater Lightship, and what a way to start. But before we hear more, let's talk about where this all began. You met on a mutual friend's stag do in Manchester, bonded over REM, Wilco, Eels, and Yola Tengo, and then somehow ended up in a band together. Take us back to that moment. How did it all start?
Well, I guess for me, certainly during COVID, I had been, very used to, playing with other people. I had like a long-term project that was going on, which then, got derailed by COVID. Had a bit of a, creative, period, where I wasn't as creative as I would have liked to have been. So I was doing like lots of, djembe overdubs at home, which is good, but it's not the same.
Which you since showed me on Instagram.
Yeah.
He's good.
And then, thanks to our friend, our friend Josh, we met, on a stag do, and we just, there was just like a connection there around, we just realised that we both kind of shared the same passion, for music and, particularly, for alternative types of music, like alt rock, even like, some alt country stuff like Wilco and things like that.
Yeah. It was really nice because we're on this stag do. It wasn't like a horrible lads stag do. It was really nice, like a lovely bunch of people. Because Josh is just lovely and obviously knows lots of lovely people. And that's how I met Tom. We got talking, and when he mentioned that we liked all this same kind of music, I mentioned that I play guitar and bass and I sing a bit, and he says he's a drummer. I'm like, well, I've got a studio. Come down to the studio sometime and have a jam. Now, I've said this to other people before, and they don't really, nothing comes of it. But this guy, you were persistent, weren't you? You actually came.
Yeah, I think just got, I got a big, strong sense, that Leon was, serious about it, and that, and I think that was what I was after, was. Like a project that I could really kind of get my teeth into, which I think was what.
Yeah. It was really nice. We watched back the very first session because I obsessively record everything, audio and video, and we pulled up the YouTube session, and it was like we couldn't believe that was our first session. We started off doing like a 20-minute improvisational track, and then we did some covers and stuff, and we just kind of hit it off, didn't we? Really? And,
it just. It flowed. I think that was the main thing that I take from it. It's, we just thought that we had that kind of, flow. Like, it never felt like it was, it never felt hard.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Yeah. And it still doesn't.
No.
It never does. It's just easy. It's just easy.
It is. It's a pleasure. And we both love tea, so, which we'll get to later.
We will get to later.
Tom, you have been in a band before, but that ended during lockdown. Leon, you had some old songs lying around. Was it obvious straight away that this would work, or did it take time to find your sound?
Shall I start on this, or?
Yeah,
okay.
Take this one first.
Yeah, so like I was saying, we kind of just hit it off from the get-go, really. I mean, it's a little bit strange, you come into like a studio space, it's like a rehearsal space, it's a lovely space that we've got, and you're a little bit nervous because you don't know each other and stuff. So I just threw some loops down. I did a bass line, and we just got straight into it, and just really just found a groove. And I always remember, Mike, you brought the gods. Is that what you call them?
Yeah, they're like a cross between brushes and wooden sticks.
Yeah. And just to point out, this is full drum kit as well. So we do stuff where we've got like full drum kit, and that's what we did. We did a few covers just to get the ball rolling. So we both like OEM, obviously, and I think we did some OEM songs, didn't we? And then I was thinking, well, shall we? I've got some old songs lying around. Shall we just try them? We kind of threw them out there.
And I think what was great is that we felt like we were kind of bringing like the songs that Leon had wrote like initially kind of back to gave them like new life.
Yeah,
and gave them like a new interpretation as well. So in some ways, like it was obvious that it was going to work, but it also took a while for us to then we spent quite a bit of time like doing lots of covers, like live and stuff. And I think after a while, we were like, oh no, we really want to kind of crack on with the songwriting process.
Yeah, we had lots of stuff.
So yeah, it was at that point, that whilst we started kind of doing like more collaboration on songwriting.
Yeah, and that was really nice because Tom brought some lyrics that he wrote. I mean, some of them you wrote when you were about 14, 16, something like that.
Yeah.
Which is one of the songs that we'll be singing tonight. And for me, that was lovely because here was a finished set of lyrics. Just right in front of me. I had some chords and some kind of melodies that I had in my head. So all of a sudden I had these words which were already done, and I was just able to just sing these words, and that was really nice. And that's when we realised there's going to be more in this, and also just realising that we sometimes have had other people drift in. We've had, other band members come in and play bass sometimes. We had another guitarist at one point, Charlie, who was absolutely lovely. But we realised that the core of Blackwater Lightship was us two. In whatever form it takes in the future, it's always going to be us. And, we might expand our sound with other people if people want to join us. Yeah.
I know you experimented with different lineups before realising that the two of you together was the core of Blackwater Lightship. What is it about this partnership that works so well?
I think it's a combination of like the fact that we both got like the same kind of drive. I think we really kind of realised that through kind of experimenting with different members, it became very clear that we both kind of shared the same kind of ambitions for for what we wanted the band to look like.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, it was good doing the covers and things at first because that got us, going to open mics and things like that. To get a bit of live experience under our belt because we've both been in other bands and it was just nice to kind of do that, get the live experience, but realise we're not going to be a covers band. We're not going to be like a pub covers band. It's just not. I think we've got too much we want to get out there, and I think as a creative person, anybody else who's a creative person knows that you're just constantly creating and making, and that's like one of the best things in life. I think.
We've had like like a shared vision, and I think that's been like the real reward from this is being able to kind of put that vision into into reality over the past couple of years, and it feels like we're really kind of it's really kind of taken off over the last 6 months. We're thinking back. It's been our 2-year anniversary in November. We couldn't believe it had been like 2 years, and what's happened in the last 6 months. And here we are in the black box. It's like it's just what it is. It's like a dream.
It is. Yeah. It is living the dream. Yeah. It's fantastic. So shall we do another song?
Yeah.
And this is one of the songs that we that I brought to the table because just to get the ball going.
This is a djembe song.
Yes. So I did release this like as myself, and in 2020 I think it was, and I did it for my wife because we'd been together for 10 years at that point, and it is called 10 Years. stepped off that tram and I fell in love with you. Walking home past things that I did not want you to see. I was not dressed the best a man could be. I wanna be the one that gets you in the middle of the night. Let all the other lights shine bright. I wanna be the one that holds you tight. We let all the other lights shine bright. Walking home past things that I did not want you to see. I was not dressed the best a man could be. But everything went the way it was meant to be. I wanna be the one that gets you in the middle of the night. Let all the other lights shine bright. I wanna be the one that holds you tight. We let all the other lights shine bright. We got a long way to go. 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 We have the rest of our. 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 We have the rest of our lives. We have the rest of our. 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 We have the rest of our life. Lovely stuff. So let's go on to one of your songs, City Lights, yeah? Which is the one I was talking about earlier, and it was just there. This is the lyrics got put in front of me, and you got your drums mixed. Don't get your drums mixed up, lad. Bloody hell. Okay. just too much. Blinking street lights got me home. Everyone's at your fingertips, yet there's no one right now. Just the rumblings of passing cars and the blurry ghost of them that dreams cannot remove. I wait for the sun to rise, get a coffee that's warm out of my life to go. That's one out of my life to go. I wait for the sun to rise, get a coffee that's warm out of my life to go. That's one out of my life to go. And I'm still waiting for the sun to rise. Oh, I'm waiting for the sun to rise. Oh, I'm waiting for the sun to rise. Oh, I'm waiting for the sun to rise. I might have enjoyed the exhibition. Instead, I'll turn the static up. The last night bus is drifting by. The half-light faces know my name. The shadows play across the room. I can hear the plaintive calls, echoes of an empire lost, or just another morning gone. I'll wait for the sun to rise, get a coffee that's warm out of my life to go. That's one out of my life to go. I'll wait for the sun to rise, get a coffee that's warm out of my life to go. That's one out of my life to go. I'll wait for the sun to rise, get a coffee that's warm out of my life to go. That's one out of my life to go. And I'm still waiting for the sun to rise. Oh, I'm waiting for the sun to rise. Oh, I'm waiting for the sun to rise. Oh, I'm waiting for the sun to rise. I am cheating. I still need the lyrics, you know. It's just how it is. It's probably always going to be like that. He's knocking over me tea. Bloody hell, Tom. It's all right. Sealed, cut me, see. That's why I have these. 'Cause, you know, can't have tea spillage. Sacrilege, that. Right, standing man. Standing man. We're going to do it sitting, though. Yeah. Another one of yours? I said I wouldn't hit that bum note, but I did. waiting at the crossroads for the Savior to arrive. Hanging on for dear life, trying to survive. Don't need any valuables in the coming distant land. Just hang on to the pearly gates and wait for the standing man. Throw away your records, burn all of your clothes. Don't ask me why I tell you this, 'cause no one really knows. Just forget your inhibitions, don't make any plans. Just go outside into the rain and wait for the standing man. 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 You spoke to me the other day, tales of the old, greedy kings and diamond rings, and what the future holds. Diplomats and aristocrats and exploits of the grand, and how one day that you believe you'll meet the standing man. Standing man. The 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 other day you sold your soul just to buy some time, and you took all of your arrogance and you stepped over the line. You made a promise to everyone to try to understand that they're never gonna listen till they hear the standing man. 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 The standing man.
Your music blends a lot of influences: Americana, alternative country, folk rock, even elements of post-punk. But beyond the sound, what drives you? Why is music so important to you both?
I guess from a personal perspective, it's just it's been like my lifeblood, I guess, since I was about 8 years old. I remember when I was little, and I borrowed my brother Danny's Nirvana CD, which is live in the muddy banks of the Wish car, and I played it like really loud upstairs in my room, and I remember like hearing their version of "Smells Like Teen Spirit." And it was at that point that I just thought, man, this is just like exactly what I want to do with my life. It was just like a massive kind of moment of like, wow, this is, like I'd never heard anything like it before. And I think it's just been since that, like I've just kind of brought that energy that I had that was forming then, that I've just kept it going through bands since from when I was at school to university to now, really, and I think we both got that. Level of connection with music.
Yeah, I think for me, I describe it as, for me, it's almost like closest thing to religion. For me, I think it's the thing that does keep me going. I listen to it all the time. I'm always making it. No formal training or anything. Never really had a music lesson in my life, except that, maybe a bit of recorder in primary school, but I don't really count that. But I just picked up a guitar that my dad had lying around when I was about 12. It was like an old classical guitar. And it was before the internet was invented, and it was just lying around. But he had this book, and it had chord diagrams in it, and I just picked it up and didn't know any of the songs in there until I came across, I think, a John Denver song, which I knew because my mum was a big fan. So that was the first song I was able to learn. I think it was like Leaving on a Jet Plane. But I remember going through and like kind of drawing all chord diagrams on paper and then and learning chords. But I've always had a dual thing with music and film, because film is my other big love, and that's kind of what I do in life as well. But music's just always been there, and actually it's been creeping up. It's always been like kind of swinging between film and music. But I realise now, that music is actually the thing. The most important thing, I think, for me, it's just always there, and it's just a way of dealing with life and expressing yourself.
Yeah.
And when you get to share it in a situation like this, when you meet somebody who's also like, and equally of the same kind of mindset, it becomes quite a special thing, and this kind of like unspoken relationship, I think, forms, I think, between like musicians and other artists as well. But yeah, really important. I love it.
Leon, you have described music as your lifeblood, the nearest thing you have to religion. You are either listening to it or making it. What was the moment that made you realise music was your purpose?
In some ways, I don't know if there was like a genuine kind of like single moment that I was kind of like, oh, this is it. It's kind of always kind of been there, but I would say it's been more later in life than earlier in life. Like I said before, I was kind of pursuing the film things. I worked in film and TV, and I still do video stuff, which I absolutely love. I'm still passionate about that. But then it's just been in the last kind of maybe 10 years or so, it's kind of slowly kind of crept up. It's always kind of been there. So yeah, I don't think there was like a singular like kind of light bulb moment. It was more like a steady realization and kind of thinking, do you know what? It's okay, because I think there's still sometimes a mentality that like if you're beyond a certain age, you can't do music anymore and stuff. Like, you think you're seeing young bands and things like that. But some of my favourite bands are older bands, and bands like The National, that's another massive favourite of mine. They're, like, I've grown up with that band and grown like kind of older with them, and it doesn't matter what your age is. If you've got something in you, just get it out there. Just do it, I think. So
Tom,
yeah.
For you, playing music helped you find your identity. You started on drums when you were 8, but your love for djembe came through a local drumming circle. How did that shape the way you play now?
I guess for me, it's about like musicality. So learning to play the djembe when I was young, I guess it's kind of like inspired me to kind of make my drumming like really rhythmic, and like include like world beats and stuff, like in my music. Like I'm very inspired by drummers like Ginger Baker, like for example, who like used to include like lots of African like polyrhythms in his music and things like that, like from West Africa. But yeah, I guess also it's just kind of like really made me kind of learn more about like the drumming as like a real like instrument like in the music, and that it's not just there to keep time. It's also like a way to like really express myself. Like through like creating fills or whatever, and I think the djembe for me has always been there. Like I was even since I was little, I was like tapping on the desk with pencils at school, and kind of like the rhythmic side of things has always been in me since I was little. It's just never really stopped.
Yeah, I think that's really important as well. That you just you've that's one of the things that I think you brought like to the table as well. And you were saying earlier about I've kind of used some old songs of mine and kind of really brought them to life, and to have somebody so kind of talented as a percussionist all of a sudden breathe life into some of these songs were like really old, and I thought I'd never do anything with them again. But it was so nice to hear like you like them and then add beats to them and stuff. So anyway.
Oh. Time for another track.
Yes, this is going to be on the electric again. So we were going to do this gig entirely acoustically. Then I thought at the last minute to bring this guitar with me, because a quick story, that, if I hold it this way, so very quickly, Peter Buck of REM on my record. But he's the guy why I play a Rickenbacker 360. And we had quite a lovely moment at the Green Room, didn't we? It was Peter Buck's birthday, you reminded me. And we had a headline show at the Green Room in Sheffield, and I was playing this, and it was just a really nice moment. So I got this signed.
That was special.
It was very special. Yeah. So I knew that Peter Buck was playing with Scott McCoy of the -5 at Brudenell Social Club, one of the best venues in the country. Absolutely love it. So like a geek, I took my Rickenbacker, and he signed it. Cheers, Peter. This is going to be Evening Star. Fizz around the reeds as the country lanes go dark, as the old ones make their way to the inn by the sound of the meadowlark. When we look towards the western skies, dogs never stray too far as the widow cries into the night. She remembers the evening star. What she remembers stays in her heart. What she remembers stays in her heart. Stays in her heart. Why are things the way they are? Why are things the way they things the way they are? Why are things the way they are? The morning sun always seems so far as we gaze upon the evening star. Tony out, watches where we go. The bullfrogs dance in the frothy lake. The widow walks across the dusty lanes. She knows not what sound she wants to make as she gazes on the whispering grass. Treads across the earthen ground. She hears the voice of the empty walls. Never wishes to be found. What she remembers stays in her heart. What she remembers stays in her heart. What she remembers stays in her heart. Stays in her heart. In her heart. In her heart. Why are things the way they are? Why are things the way they are? The morning sun always seems so far as we gaze upon the evening star. Why are things the way they are? Why are things the way they are? The morning sun always seems so far as we gaze upon the evening star. So, bit of a swapperoonie now again. I'm done with that one. So this song's quite interesting. I've got my guitar. This is called The Places Where We Go. And when we do it live with the full drum kit, it's actually quite a noisy song. But we thought we'd try for this to see how it would work on acoustic. And we really liked it, didn't we? Because we didn't think we could actually put it in the set. But yeah, we liked it. And
the genesis of the song was quite interesting as well. But yeah. It just sort of came.
How did it come about?
Well, it just sort of came together from like an idea that Leon had, sort of like a vague idea that Leon had put on his SoundCloud.
You trolled through my SoundCloud.
Which I heard, and then yeah, just was like, oh, we could do something with this, and then started adding lyrics, and it's just kind of sort of pieced together gradually. So yeah.
Yeah, you really helped with that, because I'm always making recordings and I forget about stuff. But Tom was like, "Oh no, you should do this one." But this is the first. This is the places where we go, but acoustic version. So. Calls you out from the sound of dying towns, but then there's all the things you show of places where we go. Calling go, you will see it too. Places where we go.
Now, Leon, we have to talk about something very important. You love tea. In fact, you love it so much that it got you on television. But before we get to that, tell us, how do you make the perfect brew?
Oh, how do you make the perfect brew? Simply, you take your tea bag, and you set a timer for 4 minutes. When the kettle boils, you put the water in the cup, you agitate the bag, mash it, and make sure you set a timer for 4 minutes. Sometimes I do 5. I have a shortcut on my watch for 5 minutes. So
It's got to feel like it's never seen any milk as well. Like just a little hint of milk in it.
Yeah.
Probably
It's got to be strong, and always obviously water first. Boil the water.
Yeah.
I take the spoon out as well, so so it doesn't waste the heat. And milk last. You can't put milk in first. These heathens who put milk in their tea first.
As you can tell, tea is a big passion of ours. So, yeah, we could talk about it for a long time.
Let's talk about that moment. You were gifted a Yorkshire Tea tin guitar, wrote a song on the spot, sent it to Yorkshire Tea, and somehow ended up stopping work at Taylor's of Harrogate for a 20-minute dig in the middle of a Thursday afternoon. And then, of course, came the advert. How did it all happen?
Oh, well, okay, so I'm just rummaging down here. Just bear with me.
It's an incredible advert as well. When I first saw it on Instagram, I was just look at that. Like, my mind was absolutely blown.
I remember when I told you about it. It's like, what? You've been in the Yorkshire Tea? Bear in mind, we absolutely love tea. There's a massive bond between us about tea. Like, it's the first thing we do when we get in the practice room. But how this came about is that I opened this up on Christmas Day one morning, some years back now. And I had no idea that I had this made for me. And my amazing wife, she wasn't my wife then. Can you tell why she's my wife now? She gets me presents like this. So I opened this up Christmas morning. I was like, oh my God. It's made by a fantastic company called Spatchcock and Wurzel, based in North Yorkshire. And when my wife asked if he could find a Yorkshire tea tin, because I love Yorkshire tea, because this didn't exist, he found a vintage 1950s tea caddy and an old chair leg and made this guitar. I took it into work in the new year, and I had to make a song up on the spot. And it got sent to Yorkshire Tea. They loved it and invited me, to Taylor's. So, it was all a bit insane, really. So I started playing the song, and I'm getting carried away in my little world. And then next thing I know, when I look up, I've stopped work. It was a Thursday afternoon, open plan office. And I'd literally stopped the entire office from working. And as I was leaving, just kind of quietly asked me, how would you like to be in the next Yorkshire Tea advert? I'm like, oh obviously I'd like that. I've got to show you.
Look at that advert. Get the suit.
You think that's good?
Yeah, get the suit.
We
all need to see this.
We all need to see this. This is when I knock everything over. No, this is when we discover it doesn't fit.
Look at that! Look at
Check
that!
out the back. Hang on. Yeah, it's a bit tight.
That is immense. Just the best. It's the best thing. It's the best thing.
I want to point out, actually, if you can see that. That's my actual favourite bit, the little teapot there and the lapel. So they let me keep the jacket, and I remember walking into the pub when my friends were in the jacket, and they're like, "Where did you get that?" And I was like, "I've just walked in offset." So craziness. Let's. I'm in a triangle. This is live.
There's a song that he wrote about it as well, which we're going to play now as well.
Yeah, this is the song
this is the song.
And Tom, what are you playing for this song?
The spoons.
Of course you are.
How appropriate. Yeah. Which I'm still getting used to playing as well, but getting there.
Yeah, it went something like this. Yorkshire, something you should know about me. I'm a lad from Yorkshire and I love me Yorkshire tea. Oh, Yorkshire, my Yorkshire tea. I love it in a mug, I love it in a pot, properly brewed and piping hot. Oh, Yorkshire, Yorkshire tea. I'm a lad from Yorkshire, something you should know about me. I'm a lad from Yorkshire and I love me Yorkshire tea. Oh, Yorkshire, my Yorkshire tea. I sip it by day, I sip it by night. Any old time is quite alright for Yorkshire, Yorkshire tea. Something you should know about me. I'm a lad from Yorkshire and I love me Yorkshire tea. Oh, Yorkshire, me Yorkshire tea. Don't hold the guitar up when you're trying to play it, Leon. I love it in a mug, I love it in a pot, properly brewed and piping hot. I sip it by day, I sip it by night. Any old time is quite alright for Yorkshire, Yorkshire tea. Oh, Yorkshire, Yorkshire tea. Oh, Yorkshire, Yorkshire tea. Oh, Yorkshire, Yorkshire tea.
And the advert went big. A Friday night slot between Coronation Street. Not bad for a song written in the moment on Christmas Day. What did it feel like to see yourself on the telly box?
It was, yeah, so I don't really watch TV that much, even though I've worked in it. Yeah, it was. I found myself tuning in to Coronation Street on a Friday night just to watch the adverts, to see myself on TV. It was very surreal. But the funniest thing was people, friends and whatnot, texting me saying, "There's a guy in the Yorkshire Tea advert looks just like you." And like me getting back to them saying, "It is me." And then not only that, but not just on like actual terrestrial TVs, but a friend was at a Sheffield Wednesday game and they've got a massive screen, and I think at half time they play adverts and such, and obviously that advert came on. He sent me a video saying, "Oi, get off me telly!" And the advert was on in the football ground. So yeah, all very very surreal, really, and just mad that it all started, you know, from my wife buying me this amazing little. You know what? I don't call it a guitar. I call it a tea-tar.
A tea-tar.
The tea-tar.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the tea-tar. It's not a guitar. It's a tea-tar.
Rightly so.
Let's bring it back to Blackwater Lightship. You're working on your first EP. You just headlined Sydney and Matilda in Sheffield, and you're laying the foundations for what comes next. Where do you want to take this?
Well, yeah, I mean, just to talk a little bit about the EP, the EP idea first. So that came from, as you've been talking about, we've kind of built up, like quite a collection of songs now that we've worked on together. And Leon, being a man who's very good at making connections, was down at our local studio at Stagworks, and some people walked past who happened to be from Broadcast Studios. Do you want to talk a bit about that?
Yeah, so I was actually down there doing some editing of a documentary film that I'm working on, which that's another story. And I was there with Lee, who we share the studio with. He's singing in another band called Taut Angles, and we were sat outside, and basically we were having coffees. I'd got the armchairs outside, having a brew from Lovely Rita's, which is a very fantastic vegan bakery that's opened up bang opposite our studio. Very dangerous. Amazing pistachio croissant theirs. Oh, very nice. Anyway, we sat outside. These people come in looking around, and I always talk to people. I get it. I get it from my dad. I talk to anybody, me. They were obviously looking for a rehearsal space. They were coming down to rehearse. And so I gave them a bit of a tour of Stag, and I ended up saying, oh, come and look at that. When I realised they were musicians, weren't just anybody kind of thing, and they seemed quite respectable people, I invited them into our place. Now, our place has got some history because it's what used to be Two Fly Studios. And there's been some very famous names doing things in there. Octic Monkeys recorded their demos in there. Richard Hawley's been in there. And we found out recently, was it Def Leppard had their first rehearsal in there or something? Like, it's just crazy. So, to cut to the chase, got speaking to them afterwards and said, oh, we'll find you on Instagram. What's your Instagram? Told them it was my personal one. And when I looked and saw who had followed me, it was the band Pale Blue Eyes. I was like, I like this band. How did I not realise it was them? So, but it turns out they told me then that they were moving to Sheffield and building a recording studio, and said, when it's ready, would you like to come and have a brew? He actually did say that. So we did.
Yeah, so we went down and we just really got struck by their passion, and they've agreed to record our stuff, which is very exciting. And also, we've got some gigs coming up, which we're really excited about. One which we learned about today, which is happening next Friday at the
Literally,
Washington.
just before we went live, we found out we had another gig.
Yeah, we're supporting supporting a band called Alpha, but it's spelled in around the way. They're a Welsh band.
Yeah.
And also, we've got our gig at Network 3 in
it's April the 5th.
Yeah, 5th of April, which we're very excited about. We've got lots of exciting support acts.
It's like all of a sudden, just keep getting these headline gigs, and it's like just think 6 months ago we were just still playing songs together and stuff. So it's like
we've got lots of exciting stuff ahead and lots of projects that we're really excited to work on. And particularly the EP.
That was Blackwater Lightship, Unearthed in the Black Box, live. Before we wrap up, we have one last song. But first, tell us about it. Why this track?
So, after you.
Yeah. So this track is called Whispers on the Tide. And again, similar to Places Where We Go, this kind of came from me. Leon is really full of ideas, like sonic ideas that he puts together on his...
if you can believe it.
On his SoundCloud. And I kind of found the makings of this track, which is called Whispers on the Tide Part 1 and 2. I guess we're doing this because it kind of pushes our kind of music into different kind of territory.
Because when we do more electric gigs, we do get a little bit louder, and we just thought it'd be nice to kind of just do something that lends itself a little bit towards that without getting kind of too noisy. So just adding some layers at the end and so on. Just thought it'd be a nice way to kind of go out. And this is actually one of a really old song originally. I think it was called Whispers in the Distance originally, and then Whispers on the Tide. It kind of resurfaced, it went on SoundCloud, and we listened to the versions of it, and we're like, oh wow, let's do something with that. So we just thought it'd be a nice way to see us out.
Yeah, and it's a little bit experimental as well, which we like, and a bit psychedelic, which kind of fits with the folk.
The
Folkscape vibe. Perfect way to close the night. If you loved what you heard, follow Blackwater Lightship, stream their music, and support their journey. And if you want more like this, stay tuned for the next Black Box session. Until then, keep discovering, keep listening, and we will see you next time.
sky, sure never change, just like the colors of your eyes. With these gray skies, seasons come and go, just like the colors of your eyes. Can't you hear me? Hear me call your name. To you, whispers on the tide. Can't you hear me? Hear me call your name. To you, whispers on the tide. Whispers on the tide. Whispers on the tide. With these gray skies,